So here we have my first bag of Gold Rush. I got this at the store for about 10 bucks and some tax. Somewhere around 10.81 with taxes and all. And I got my smaller sieves here. You can see I got my 40, my 60, 60 and my 50. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to dry run this, see if we can't get anything. So I went ahead and I cut open the bag. And the stuff actually looks pretty wet. It was 10 bucks for, what, half pound. And I was reading reviews and customers weren't exactly the most happy with it. I guess this is that stuff based from the Gold Rush show. I never watched that stuff. And I think this stuff has been sitting on the shelf for a while because they only had 2 bags and you had to call ahead to make sure that they had it. So that's in the sieves. We're going to go ahead and shake this up and see what we're left with at the bottom of my pan here. This stuff's really wet and it's not separating very well in my classifier, so I figured I'd just whip out my bigger pan and just do them one at a time. So again, we'll come back and see what it looks like once I'm done sifting this. I've been working on this already for about 5 minutes before I broke down and got my other pan, so who knows? Stay tuned. Okay, I've been working the bag for about 10 minutes now, and that's all I've gotten through the 40 so far, not including what I had over here when I first started. And I haven't really seen much gold at all. If anything, it's just tiny, minuscule, microscopic little pieces. I don't think you can really see much in there, or even in here. I mean, kind of frustrating. And I took a second to look. I mean, this is the brand I went with. Gold Rush, half pound PayDirt. And I was looking at the bag. You can see how I opened it here. And I was looking at it, and it almost looks, you know, I hate to be a naysayer, but it almost looks like this has been a resealed bag. And that would kind of bum me out if that were the case. So I bought 2 bags of this, so I'm not even going to open the other one. I'm just going to return it and get my money back. This one, I'm just going to go ahead and pan it and see what I can get. Again, this is the 50 right here. Can't really see too much just yet. I mean, I'm not seeing any gold. The only gold I've seen is around the edges here. Can't really see any of that. I mean, there's a sparkle or two there. You see one in the corner there kind of reflecting off the side wall, but that's about it for gold that I've seen so far. So if you guys have a chance to find this Gold Rush, I would just go ahead and skip it. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. When I get it all sorted out into the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, I'll go ahead and I'll come back and I'll just show you the finished product rather than checking in with you every so often. Alright, so we'll see you soon. Okay, so I went ahead and I just opened up this other bag of gold PayDirt that I have. Here's the first one, and I was looking, and then you can tell the seal up at the top looks like it's been tampered with. The one at the bottom, you can see, looks fresh. If I can get this, looks good. It's straight cut, straight line. This one down here at the bottom, on the other side here, you can tell that this bag has been resealed. So this bag is definitely going to be taken back to the store, and I'm going to, you know, complain to them and see what they can do. If anything, I just want my money back. So watch out for that, guys, because sometimes if you buy it from the store, people will buy it, you know, they'll go through it with their classifiers, pull all the big nuggets out, get whatever small stuff they can, and then throw it back in the bag. And that would explain also why when I open the bag, why it looks so wet. Because somebody obviously ran this through their sleuth or their panning equipment, whatever, and they had already pulled out the big chunks. I mean, just taking it and shaking it, the gold should fall to the bottom. Then you flip it over, you should see some sparkles. And aside from little Formica, you know, I'm not seeing anything. So this was not a good investment on my part. So stay away from stores that carry this brand, or just double check before you buy it. Make sure people haven't reopened it. Be safe. Just buy it online through Amazon or the manufacturers directly. I think that's your best bet to avoid situations like this. Kind of bums me out because this is the first bag I've done. I bought 5 different bags, 2 of the Gold Rush and then a couple other different ones. And this bums me out because it just ruins my faith. So hopefully, you know, we get something out of this one. I'm going to just go ahead and keep this one, like I said, and I'm going to finish panning it. And hopefully I'll get something, because I don't think the store will deal with me with an open bag like that. So, all right, well, we'll check in with you later once I've got these classified a little bit. So I finished sifting this bag, and it's pretty clear that this was one of those bags that was opened and resealed. Again, I'm going to point out, I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but try and get a good background there. You can see the corner of the bag looks like it's been resealed. I mean, if you look at the other end of the bag, you can see it's nice and you know, clean cut, clean seal. And then you look at the other end of the bag and it's pretty obviously been cut open on that one corner to the right there. So I'm not too happy about that. I went ahead and I took that other bag of this stuff back to the store I got it from. So buyer beware if you're buying it from a store. The other people might just buy it, go through it, pull the gold out, put the sand back, and then take it back to the store. Now I got it classified here in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And looking through it, you know, I couldn't really see any sparkles. And so that kind of bums me out a little bit, because I got a little bit of that gold fever going on. But, you know, that doesn't mean anything. It could just be that it's just really small and it's all dropped to the bottom, because gold is the heaviest. So usually when it gets agitated, it will fall to the bottom. So who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I am, and maybe I will find something in there. But you know, I'm not seeing too many sparkles. So there's the magnetized stuff that I was able to pull out of all of them. So buyer beware, stay away from Gold Rush PayDirt. If you find it in the store, don't buy it. Your best bet is just go online, buy it through Amazon or eBay or the manufacturer directly. That way you don't get burned like I did. And that really bums me out, because this was my first bag ever of panning PayDirt, and so who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, you know, sift this out and see if maybe I can't find something in it. You know, I got my tub over here. I got to clean my classifiers. They're a little dirty still, but I'm going to see if I can. Okay, guys, I started sifting my stuff here, and I'm doing it a spoonful at a time into my bucket. I made sure to use a little bit of jet dry, and surprisingly, I did find a little nugget here. Well, little piece anyways. Probably a little picker. So, I mean, maybe I'm not entirely right. Maybe this bag wasn't tampered with. Maybe it was just some dirty stuff. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and keep seeing what I got, and then we'll weigh up whatever I have at the end. So maybe not all is lost. So who knows? All right. I finished going through and panning that bag, and surprisingly I did find a couple pieces. I'll weigh them up here in a second, but I'll just go ahead and show it to you real quick. So this is what I ended up with. Doesn't look like a whole lot, and I'm still pretty convinced that somebody went through the bag and pulled out any bigger pieces, because these are pretty small, and you know, maybe I'm just being paranoid. I mean, this is my first time panning a PayDirt bag, but still, I would stay away from these Gold Rush bags, just because I don't think they're worth your money or your time. I think so you can see I went through all my little grades there, and there's my dirty water and whatever. All my leftovers are down here. I'm actually gonna keep that, and I'm gonna run that through my sieve and see if I can't pull out any finer stuff. But there you go. So that's $10 worth of gold right there from one of those PayDirt bags. I gotta admit, even though I felt kind of like I got gypped on this bag, I do feel it was still worth the time and the effort and the money that I put into it. And I encourage you all, you know, don't give up, don't stress, don't freak out. You know, like I said, you're not going to make $1 million off of some pay dirt that you buy from a company. I just kind of wanted to do this. This is my first time doing it, and it was a lot of fun actually going through and, you know, sifting it and then panning it and then finding the pieces. Like the first pan I did, I found a piece, and so that kind of restored some of my faith in these bags. But you know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do these other bags, and we're going to see what we got there. You can look forward to those in probably the next video.